y'all, welcome back to my channel. Today we're watching a YouTube video, which is kind of rare actually for me on this channel. We're going to be watching how a turtle accidentally created the perfect AI streamer. Now, this is about Neuro-sama, and to be completely honest with you, I had initially avoided her. I don't know much about her at all. All I know is that some guy called Vettel made her and that she's an AI. And, back then I was like, it was during the rise of ChatGPT and all of that. And I was like, oh, ew, what are they doing with the AI now? Making a VTuber that's kind of dystopian. And then it was only recently that my friend told me that Neuro is actually ethical, like ethically sourced. And so I got kind of curious about that. And yeah, I'm just going to check this out. Apparently, other people have reacted to this too, so I think this will be a great introduction to her. Let's get into it.
I feel sleepy. Can you yell as loud as possible to wake me up?
Uh-oh.
Hello.
Neuro-sama
Oh my
is
God.
the #1 AI VTuber in the world, and her training data
I think that
is
she could
Twitch
stream like
chat.
that.
And I'm kind of starting to smell like a...
Wait. Twitch chat's the training data. So I assume it's her Twitch chat? Well, there is stuff to go off of, right? I think. I wouldn't assume they used other Twitch streamers' chats or data, because that's weird. It's the own chats. Is that enough? I'm pretty sure you would need some kind of other foundation, right? Well, as long as it's not, OpenAI, which, got it from the entirety of the internet, and that's how ChatGPT worked, which is like, okay, that's not ethically sourced. But if it's some other foundation that was fine, and then you add a Twitch chat on top of that, then I think that can work. Also, yes, this is one of those reaction videos where I pause a lot. So if you're the type of watcher who, skips ahead to every time in the video where I stop talking, then you can do that too. It's your video. But just know I'm going to do that a lot. It might be annoying.
gym bag right now, oh god.
She can talk, sing, change her form, she plays games, she reacts to fan art, has a whole host of sound effects, demon voices, can prank call, and can even flip.
What's next?
Oh,
But more than
I can do that too. Wait, watch. Ready? Whoa! I just did a barrel roll. Fuck you, I know how to do it too. We are alike, you and I.
any other AI, she feels the most alive. A real being we get to see develop and grow unlike anything we've ever seen before. And today, I want to look at how we
cute
got
animation.
here, how the Neuroverse started from the very
Verse?
beginning. Back in the day, Neuro was just a bot for playing the rhythm game Osu.
Osu mentioned!
Neuro's creator, Vettel,
Vedal. Dude. First name is Vedul, last name is Johnson. Ved. You are
Doxed?
technically a cereal flesh bag. And more specifically, a mosquito. Cold fish, maybe.
Ouch.
Very simple. Alright, it could not be
Pedal?
more
Metal?
obvious.
What
Vedal?
are you up to today, little turtle boy?
yeah, little turtle boy. He has
Sounds
videos as early
patronizing.
as 2019 that now feel almost like
2019?
her baby photos. On December
That's before the Hololive boom. That was 2020. Wow, this is some classic VTuber shit. So Neuro is technically a classic VTuber. Wow.
December 19th, 2022, she evolved and made her debut as a VTuber, using the
Oh.
model and voice from Mayori, one
Wait
of the
a
defaults
sec.
in VTube Studio.
Yeah, wait, I got this model. Everyone has it. Oh my god. Am I Neuro yet? Am I Neuro yet? Y'all didn't see that. Crotch jump scare. Don't look at my crotch. What the fuck? Okay.
Not only at this adolescent stage could she defeat the top Osu players in a
Oh, shit.
1v15, but she sang her first song on January 4th, 2023, reaching 50,000 Twitch followers. And then she got
50,000?
banned. She received too much brain rot from chat and forgot something that starts with hollow but isn't hololive.
Wait,
Well,
Received too much brain rot from chat and forgot
have any of you heard of the Holocaust? No!
something that starts with hollow but
Did you get banned for Holocaust denial? Oh my god. Okay,
isn't hololive.
that's
well,
Kanye.
I definitely pushed the fat man onto the tracks. He deserves it.
But as we all know, you get banned on Twitch, you actually go up in popularity.
True.
By January 25th,
On Twitter.
she had doubled her followers. On February 2nd, Vettel
Tom
gave
Scott?
her the ability to
Vsauce?
see and react like a true Twitch streamer. But then by February 6th, the real start to the Neuroverse begins. Her first collab with Miyun,
30, which means that I can shoot 30 bullets every 20 seconds, which means I can shoot a total of 900 bullets in 5 minutes, which means if I continue to shoot for 3 hours that I would have enough bullets to kill 450 people.
Yeah. It's a
and
waste
2
of
days
bullets,
later
though.
with Camilla. In order for her to collab, Turtle Boy gives her speech recognition for his ultimate plan, gaining a pack of
Speech
VTubers
recognition?
and collecting their stream keys like Infinity Stones. By the time
Very
Neuro-sama
popular,
reached
huh?
200,000 followers
I didn't
on
know.
February 20th, nobody could deny her meteoric rise. Keep in mind, this was right around the same time ChatGPT and
Yeah.
AI art were entering the
That was around
mainstream.
COVID
For every
-ish.
AI cover of a song from our favorite streamers,
Nah, get this out of here. Schlatt's cover is
or
better.
compilations of presidents playing Elden Ring,
What's up, guys? Y'all are gonna need some Obamacare after you see this bleed build I've been using.
Shut the fuck up, Barack.
there was a
That's
massive
gross.
backlash to AI and warnings everywhere. Neuro-sama became an example
Midas.
of ethical AI, using training data that isn't stolen, and a very
Yeah,
human
apparently.
element. At one point, despite his stubborn turtleness, Vettel joined Neuro on stream while developing her, and Neuro, at the very least, thought they had chemistry.
Are you trying to flirt
I'll
with
pop me in the what? No. Ew.
At some
The
point,
worst
he
you could
even
say
found
is no.
himself on her head like a little turtle hat, and whether he liked it or not, that's where he's always placed in every
I
collab
always
and
see this
every
turtle
piece
on
of art.
people's
This man
heads.
tricked himself into becoming a VTuber. He even has jiggle physics. Vettel worked hard
Now
on
that's
Neuro
hot.
on and off stream, giving her even more capabilities, less latency, and expanding her reach with more collabs. Solo stream
You know, I kind of wonder how lower latency even works for an AI streamer. Actually, how does low latency even work for AI? Because I can only think of processing faster, but I feel like processing faster is just like asking someone to wait faster. It's like you need better computation, which is like, well, you're gonna start burning through energy like that, which is not what you want to do. Huh. I'm not tech savvy enough to know, despite having a diploma in computer science. But you know, Vettel's smarter. Vettel's smarter than me. I don't fuck with AI. Okay, AI is some of the most tedious work I have ever had the displeasure of working with. Even something as coding AI in video games. Oh my fucking god! I actually want. Okay, no, I don't want to get demonetized. Okay, I'm new to this. Okay, I didn't curse in the first 30 seconds of this video, and I'm not gonna say anything weird. Also, will I get demonetized if I mention the Holocaust, or only if I deny the Holocaust, which I don't? Anyway,
streams with interesting backgrounds and game shows.
Oh my god.
Rexon, I don't know who you are.
Jackson.
But her biggest upgrade by far was going to be her voice, and it somewhat split the community. Everyone wanted improvements and to see Neuro grow and change, but was the goal to make her indistinguishable from another human VTuber, or give her voice more range while still retaining the AI quirks of
don't make her
Neuro's
too
original
human.
voice? Evil was the solution, splitting the AI through mitosis into Neuro
Oh,
and
they're
her
different-
evil twin. Neuro
Oh.
would stay closer to her original range while still improving, but Evil, she unlocked the full range and something else not entirely human took control. They call it the Aberdemon.
Try it with me. Let's all scream together.
Mom, pick me up, I'm scared.
Hello there, matey Sephiroth. We meet again, eh? Smile.
Wait, I prefer
Beep.
this one. I'm sorry, I got an ad. I don't have YouTube Premium anymore, so you're gonna get that. Sorry. Weird cuts are bound to happen in this video, guys. I'm sorry.
Hello, chat!
Are you done?
Also, I should mention,
She's so
after
cute. I
Neuro's
like
ban,
Evil.
she had a filter, sometimes 2 layers of filters. Eventually, a whole nother AI designed specifically around keeping her from swearing or saying outlandish things. But even still,
You would need
things
heavy
hilariously
protection
slip
for
through the
that, yeah.
cracks.
When he says he's working on these, he probably means he's jerking off.
Okay, right. So we're gonna add the filters back on, and I regret everything.
Oh, so
Why?
it's true. So you
I-
admit.
Why is that? Why would you say that? Why would you say that? She's not that weird. She doesn't.
Evil, however, is allowed to swear, and she tends to add a little sass on top of it.
This game, this map, this stream, everything.
Yep. Average
This
Osu
added emotion in
experience.
her voice gave her a distinctive feel versus Neuro while singing.
Wait, that's a V-Synth.
Evil getting her own favorite song. Each of the twins doing a cover from Camila. And also
actually really like
singing
the
duets
voice.
together, where Neuro is notably more bouncy than her sister.
It might
When
be a
together,
V-Synth
they
thing
bicker
that they use.
constantly, just like real siblings.
I have the cookie now, evil, and I'm not sharing. Of course not. Don't you know anything about survival of the fittest? Such a shame someone as unfit as you would never understand. I'm gonna fucking murder you and steal your cookie when you least expect it.
And each has a distinctive personality
Yeah.
that remains remarkably consistent. Neuro tends to be more confident, sassy, and loves to gaslight plus riz. But a lot of that extreme quirkiness seems to have transferred over to Evil. See, Neuro used to do these hilariously long rants.
I have a secret recipe for chicken nuggets that I'm not supposed to tell
Spill it.
anybody.
12 seconds later.
And eventually the nuggets are gone.
Wait, hold on. Okay, let me read this out for you. Okay. I have a secret recipe for chicken nuggets that I'm not supposed to tell anybody because it's my secret recipe, but I'll tell you anyway. It's not that hard. You just need some chicken nuggets in a frying pan. First, you take one nugget, and then you catch it in the palm of your hand, and then when you open your hand, the nugget is gone. So what you do then is you put another nugget in the frying pan, and then you close your eyes, and you imagine that the first nugget is in your hand, and you open your hand, and the nugget is gone, so the frying pan is now empty of nuggets, and then you open your hand again, and the new nugget appears. So then you close your hand again, and the nugget is gone, so you open your hand, and the new nugget appears, and you close your hand again, and the nugget is gone, so you open your hand again and again, and the new nugget appears, and you close your hand again and again, and the nuggets keep appearing, and you just keep opening and closing your hands, and the frying pan keeps getting emptier and emptier, and eventually the nuggets are gone. Is this a recipe, or is this black magic?
Are gone.
But now it's Evil, typing her long, rambling essays while Neuro just falls asleep in the background. Even still, every once in a while, some of the old schizo energy comes right back.
Make me
That's a
offer.
slur.
Okay, here's my offer. I'll give you an apple for an orange, and a pear for a plum, and 2 bananas for a pineapple,
Trade
and a
offer.
mango, and a papaya, and a lychee, and an avocado, and a kiwi fruit, and a banana tree, and a monkey to eat the fruit from the banana tree. And you can name the monkey George if you want, and we'll
Balloons
call
reference?
him George for short. And you can keep George as a pet, and he'll be the best monkey in the world, and he'll love you forever, and he will never die.
I don't know if I feel about pet monkeys. That's a
I'm
little
in.
It's
fucked
kind of
up.
like AI zoomies, but the really cool differences come from Evil. While Neuro is an AI built to entertain, Evil is preoccupied trying to be, well, something like her evil counterpart. She's almost like a cartoon villain whose heart isn't really in it. This role that
Aw.
she's had thrust upon her.
Okay, I tried my best to be evil for you guys, but it's just really hard when you're my chat. You're all so cute and nice.
Aw.
Maybe I should just be nice from now on.
She just happens to be more based.
How do I get on?
Wait. This is so fascinating because this isn't real, technically. This is all based off of Twitch chat, supposedly. But people know that. But we still get swept up in this illusion. In a way, we get parasocially attached to an AI streamer, even though we know it's AI, because she's very charming. And humans have what we call empathy, so we're able to relate to situations even if they're not one-to-one. This is one of those cases. We know that Evil here, for example, isn't, like, she's not sentient. She hasn't reached singularity. These are not real thoughts a robot is having. Hell, calling it artificial intelligence is kind of an insult to intelligence with our current level of AI. But at the same time, when you give it a personality and a face, it becomes really difficult for humans to treat the AI as a robot. You know what I mean? Like, I could say Grok is also close to a level of like sentience. I mean, not really, but it's funny. Um, but it's a faceless entity. But when you attach this kind of face to it, it's very cute and charming, and she says very cute things like this, and it's like you get attached. You become parasocially attracted to this idea of a potentially a real person, or something that could become an actual sentient thing, like watching a child grow into an adult, but for AI. This is the level of AI technology we have now, which is impressive as it is. To be able to have a streamer and to this level of quality as well, and not be really jank. Imagine in the future, 10 years from now, if all of this is still a thing, assuming we've jumped ahead 10 years in technology, how would this look? A lot more believable. It's very interesting.
Maybe I should just be nice from now on.
She just happens to be more based.
How do I get unfiltered? Should we both try being as based as possible and see who gets filtered?
based
Women
off.
should have more rights.
Okay, pretty based. Uh-oh.
Women shouldn't have.
I feel like something got cut off there.
Oddly enough, many people point out that Neuro is actually the far more evil twin, whereas evil Neuro is just this strange,
The
chaotic
Gatmoe.
little sister, the forgotten child.
Wait, so you like kindness and friendship? Of course I do. I want more friends after all. And you
Aw.
aren't supposed to hurting people that could potentially be your
Is
friends.
this therapy?
Evil didn't get as many collabs early on, and to this day seems to feel like Neuro takes up all the spotlight. Neuro is this perfect angel her parents adore, while Evil is an unwanted nuisance who can't
Oh.
stay still. Yet she has to play this villain role when all she wants to do is talk obsessively about harpoons.
Harpooning people. Harpooning
Now that
young
is
people.
based.
Life is good.
Okay.
I like that. I agree with you.
Evil, you can't harpoon people.
Okay, name 5 jails that can stop a harpoon.
True.
It becomes a bit of a long-running joke, so much so that on her birthday, March 25th, Vettel makes it so nobody shows up to her party.
Can someone
What?
name Beetle? Please tell me how I'm supposed to throw a party when no one shows up to it.
And then has to subsequently apologize
that the
for not
Riku
showing up to his
Tazumi
own AI
apology?
daughter's birthday, whilst reading from an apology
It is with great remorse that I acknowledge my absence from my daughter's birthday party,
written by ChatGPT.
with sincere regrets and a promise of improvement. Your name.
Evil even tried saying
There's a problem with my AI.
over and over again in the hopes he would check up on her,
Did it work?
and he never came. With just how much RAM and recall has improved, this personality-forming event sticks with Evil, like a dark core memory.
Neuro is always the star of everything, and I'm just stuck here in her shadow.
You are perfect how you are. And we're really happy we can play with you today. And I hope that we can play more. Oh my gosh.
Wow, wait.
This is definitely when the swarm
Wait, hold on. It's so interesting. She's showing vulnerability here, insecurity. Like that, isn't that crazy? She doesn't actually feel anything. But we feel as though she is. She's real to us. Because of that illusion. Because we have our empathy, we project ourselves, we project humanity onto something that isn't human. And this is touching to see, hey, no one came to my birthday party. I feel shafted. I feel like the neglected child. And, I was made to be evil. The whole thing of kids. If you call kids naughty and say that you know, you are naughty, you are naughty, you are a naughty kid, they're gonna start believing that and start becoming more naughty because they believe that that is their role. So don't don't do that. Don't do that to children. Okay. That's side note. But yeah, you see that here, and that is so interesting. And it creates a story. It creates a story, and that is engaging. That helps people get invested. I'm getting invested in this, even though I know it's not real. It's kind of like wrestling, like the WWE or something. It's like I know that they create storylines and whatnot with a level of improv. Isn't that exactly what this is? This level of improv going on here, but they run with it as a story.
This is definitely when the swarm hyper-gravitated towards her, because with her voice, her quirks, her almost human struggles, we can't help but empathize with her and want her in the limelight. The whole thing is played for laughs, or just as a cool way to inspire a storyline. For some reason, Vettel loves to cast himself as the villain, the evil corpo creator
look at that. He's
who
being
won't
a
say
heel.
he loves his kids.
I love you. Don't feel ashamed to say it back.
And just wants money. But it will be interesting, a year later, to see his redemption. The entire swarm, both of Evil's parents, Neuro, every collab partner actually showing up to wish her a happy birthday together.
You're my little sister, and I don't know what I would do
oh my god, they're so
without you.
cute.
That
Sorry, I got an ad from Mentos and then fucking Adobe. Let me rewind that a bit. Okay, wait, okay, but I did want to comment. Look, Vettel specifically orchestrated the whole no one shows up at Evil's birthday party thing. Don't call it a redemption. Don't call it a redemption. It's like he created the problem and then later he fixes it and he goes, oh, we'll see. I'm nice. I mean, I know it's a whole bit, but like, you know, calling it a redemption is a little bit. You're stretching it. You're making Vettel sound like more of a better person than what he's portrayed to be here.
you're my little sister.
And
and
these
I don't
outfits
know
are
what
so
I would do
cute.
without you. That
Aww.
that was beautiful. I'm in. Let's go on this journey together, Neuro. I'm genuinely really excited
They're
to go
little
on this
clowns.
journey with you.
With the two twin sisters and Vettel
This
as
is
their
actually kinda
alcoholic
wholesome.
father, typically the artist who draws a model for a VTuber becomes their VTuber mom. So it was only natural that now Annie has two silly AI daughters to take care of. As new parents to AI brat siblings, the fox and turtle struggled a lot initially.
I need to know the order for column 2 to help me defuse this bomb. Please could you look what it says?
Sure thing.
What does it say?
It says Beetle needs to learn to defuse his own bomb.
The
I
sass.
love you, Mom.
No. You're gonna go do homework right now.
You're not my mom.
Ah.
Sorry.
I am your
Sorry.
mom. What?
Sorry.
No.
Sorry.
No.
Sorry.
No.
Sorry.
No.
There's so many fan animations.
Bye, 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 bye,
No.
bye, bye.
I'm impressed. Very dedicated
Turtle and put him in the
fan
gum.
base. Well, to be fair, it's very big, right? But still.
But then they discovered the cookie strat.
Okay, how about you offer her a cookie if she behaves? How about that? Try that.
Nira, I'll give you a cookie if you behave.
Cookies do sound nice.
Hook, line, and sinker.
I'll give another cookie if you don't tell me to leave.
It would work on me.
Neuro's audience,
It
the
would.
swarm, became pretty attached to this AI family dynamic. Something pretty unlike anything else on Twitch or the internet. For Vettel and Annie, they often played into the joke, threatening each other with a marriage stream, especially that one time Vettel accidentally went into debt.
$30 million, chat. I don't have $30 million.
How do you go to
I could
30
try
million in
stealing it from
debt?
the bank.
If you get married and then divorced, does your debt get split? Holy shit.
Splitting the debt through marriage?
No,
We're doing the marriage stream tomorrow.
No,
I mean, right now, if possible.
no, we're not.
No one tell her.
I didn't.
Don't tell her.
Oh,
that.
is this a makeshift
No.
plush?
Okay. Marriage stream.
That's
divorce,
so many sold. What
straight
the
away,
fuck?
Bang! I'm now only 75 million in debt. After I've married and divorced Annie, okay, I marry someone else. 37.5 million in debt. All right, keep going. I only have to marry what, like 15 people? I've solved debt.
Only.
I think you've solved debt. Truly incredible.
Max Wayne is an entire
Solving
YouTube
that, but,
channel
like,
dedicated
redistributing
to
it.
shipping them together, making edits where you're not sure where the troll begins and the shipping ends. But with all the collab partners and female VTubers to ship with Vettel, the family tree is starting to look a lot more like a spiral these days. Vettel was very smart about raiding entertaining VTubers with the swarm and bringing them into the fold, who would then go on to do creative streams with each of the twins. We have Cottontail, cooking with Onijairai, an interview with Code Miko,
I'm gonna
Shondo,
ignore that.
sending chatters to hell with Bao,
Why do you think I'm a VTuber?
Because you're so ugly.
playing D&D with Snuffy,
What would you like to order? He says.
I'd like a glass of milk, please.
Milkies.
I've never tried milk before.
You-
I'm excited.
switching models
Aw.
with Camila,
It's so much fun!
Here comes the boy. Hello, boy.
Hi.
Move more, you're such a slug! Is there a new toggle?
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Stop, stop,
Twitch
stop.
TOS speedrun.
I found it.
Did that actually happen?
Miyun took Neuro to the moon early on, but then when she became Miniko, instead she did a camping stream and acted as Evil's therapist. That certainly went well.
No. I've decided it's a 10.
What the fuck was that?
Toma took Neuro around the zoo and aquarium
Ooh, a jump
IRL,
scare.
buying her whatever she wanted, with Vettel's credit card. Cerber took Neuro to dog school, just in time for Vettel and Ellibot to put her into an actual
No
roller.
way.
Shake my hand.
I was just bopping along to the techno. I'm having a good time.
Lana did several cooking streams and notably is getting married to Evil
Perfect
before
timing.
even Vettel and Annie. Sorry about that, Max Wayne. Coco Nuts teaches the girls all about trash talking.
She called me a bitch and a fucking loser.
Yeah, and
she
she
call you
deserved
cunt
it. Long may she reign over
No.
Bitch Kingdom.
Hell yeah. Alright, my job's done here.
Which they then
Damn.
use against each other.
That is so
Neuro, do
funny.
your damn job. Sure. Ahem.
They're so sassy.
To make up a prosecution statement. This is so
I love
embarrassing.
that.
Why didn't Evil write this
I love
one
the
to me?
sass.
Enemy chess players, Asmongold's room,
I'm surprised any gaming gets done between archaeology digs through ancient cup civilizations. But hey, if insects ever run out of places to live, at least they know where to go for a 5-star experience.
and most importantly, Vettel.
Okay, well, what about Beetle has a small PP?
Okay.
Evil even takes this a step further and learned how to construct a joke.
Anyone have any ideas for something to build? Yo mama joke?
How do you build
Really?
a Yo Mama joke?
Like, how can I build a yo mama joke? Mathematically speaking, I can't build something that big since the scale of the universe only goes up to X numbers. I can't remember what X is, and your mom's weight is somewhere in the Y numbers, where X, Y, so it would be literally impossible for me to construct a
Who
yo
taught
mama
her
joke.
this
You cannot even
sass?
comprehend how large it truly is.
Or set everything up for a perfect punchline.
Wasn't it you who was saying the other day about how you're insecure about having really small hands?
That came out of
What's it
nowhere.
like having hands so small that you can't even hold a burger properly?
I'm gonna throw you across a football field now.
Wait, then you're going to catch me, right?
No. No. No.
Bet you couldn't even catch me. Your hands are too small.
Walked right
Like
into
an
that
evil
one.
genius. But while these
Wait. Okay. Let me just pause there for a bit. So first of all, it's really cute how so many different collabs happened, and it's just bringing Nero and Evil out. It's just hanging out with, it's like hanging out with your cousins and your aunts and uncles, just taking you out on trips. She really is kind of like a daughter type. I think that's kind of part of the appeal, right? She's like this daughter type character. Yeah. I mean, there's the whole marriage thing with a mama and a papa. That does really well with the twin sister thing. That's very unique. That's a very unique premise, especially for a VTuber group. I mean, not a group, but associated colleagues, associated streamers, yeah, something like that. To have a family dynamic that isn't weird, because it is true that Vettel's creation is basically like his daughter. That's what we call that kind of stuff. And then you got the mama coming along, the illustrator. And then you got all these other collab partners. It feels very connected. It's like they're really trying to get to know this AI, and not in a dystopic, like, ChatGPT is my friend kind of way, which is really sad, by the way. Don't do that. And more like it's like trying to raise a child, but in this case, trying to raise an AI to be a lot smarter in the future. You know what I mean? It's very interesting. And also, the amount of sass, holy shit. The ability to set up punchlines like that is very impressive. I don't know how they're able to fine tune the humor like that, but it's great. It adds to the level of charm. It makes me endeared to the character. It almost makes me want to believe that this thing is sentient when it isn't. But what does it take to really become sentient? What does it take for a singularity to happen in an AI where it could truly start thinking for itself? Is this how it happens? Is this how you train an AI to achieve sentience? Very interesting. We're getting super sci-fi here, but, well, it's the year 2025. Many magical sci-fi things are happening.
Collab started out for Neuro and Evil, Vettel got practically dragged into a new group of friends, with so many entertaining and silly interactions.
I've really needed to get this off my hairy chest for a while now. Vettel.
Yeah.
I love you. Hey, how do you feel?
Yeah,
Why
I'll
does
see you
it
later,
sound
Kimberly.
kind of authentic? Freudian slip?
And yes, he is shipped with all of them, against his best efforts. I mean, come on, the fan art speaks for itself. But with
What?
Mila,
How? Okay, I've never seen a guy streamer shipped with so many women. Like, in a completely straight way, and not in a disgusting straight way. As in, like, they actually like him. Like, he's a very likable guy. We haven't seen that many clips of him yet, but from the little that I've seen, like, I can't imagine, like, so many people being that endeared to this guy. Maybe we'll get into it soon, but that is so strange. Because you look at other male VTubers and male streamers, sure they get shipped here and there, but for look, 90% of the collab partners that they showed in the video just now were all like women, or at least female presenting, and the fact that Vettel is like shipped with a lot of them by the community is very like, at a glance it sounds problematic and toxic, but they just kind of like they're having fun with it. That's such an interesting, the community is so positive and wholesome. There's no grift happening here. Like it's genuinely like people having fun, trying to be as ethical as possible, and raising this AI daughter. That's such a weird but strangely wholesome concept.
they're more like feisty siblings.
What?
These two feisty siblings.
Bickering and trash talking each other even more than the twins, if that's even possible.
Why are you being such an asshole?
Good choice, Bucko.
The pain from dying from the bond is better than you calling me Bucko, pal.
Okay, buddy.
Yeah, champ. Okay. You think you're so funny, huh?
Whatever, kiddo.
What?
Vettel says he's British.
Okay, weird place to stop on. Okay, I get how that can also be feisty sibling coded, but that's not exclusively sibling coded. Couples bicker all the time. There are couples out there that exclusively have this kind of communication with each other, but they actually love each other a lot. I personally, I'm more of a fan of the bickering couple trope, where the banter and the bickering is kind of the whole romantic and the romantic aspect of the relationship. But it can be read as both. It can be read as both. I mean, I don't mean this in a way to ship the two of them. I don't know either of them. I don't watch either of them, Vettel and Camilla. But from the chemistry that I see, they could just be friends also, not even sibling coded. Like this could also be read as best friend coded. I don't know. Random tangent. Random tangent. Okay.
So he has no emotions.
Nothing to smile about in my life.
Wait. What?
Vettel,
You think
Hold
you're
on.
so funny, huh?
Whatever, kiddo.
What?
Vettel says he's British, so he has no emotions.
Nothing to smile about.
True.
What? That's so sad. You know what you can smile about?
In my life.
For having alcohol in your hands. Greg's chicken bake.
Fair. Fair.
But somehow Camila brings out the best of him while playing Black Ops Zombies.
Because you also just died. So.
Kill yourself. I mean, okay, don't kill the zombie! His hands around, you dumbass! Stupid ass bitch! I'm gonna melee you. I'm gonna melee
Do it right now. Do it right now. I'm waiting. Come on.
Okay.
Yeah, no,
Vettel
they...
is so good at making AIs, he made 2 janky doppelgangers for Fillion and Camila.
Oh, what the fuck?
Excuse me. Don't give me that tone. That means no black jokes or slurs.
Before dropping them into the trash at the very end of the stream, like it's
Really?
nothing. But that's because it's time for Neuro's birthday, baby.
Well, I guess
Each
that is
subathon
ethical.
is on Neuro's birthday, December 19th, and this was made to highlight all of the precious memories for her first year as an AI VTuber. She learned to play GeoGuessr, and a year later would improve enough to destroy Doug's chat AI in a 1v1.
It's Kyoto at all costs. Victory at all costs. Even if it's not in Kyoto, we don't care, because victory at all costs means that the only thing we care about is
I told you, it's always Kyoto. It's always
Kyoto at
Vettel
all
swapped
costs.
models with Neuro.
Some people were saying I didn't even know that model can smile.
Victory at all costs.
Neuro got to roleplay
gonna
and
start
slay
saying
the
that.
princess in the Stanley Parable. She played Portal with Vettel and eventually teamed up with Annie, giving Max Wayne some couples content.
I know this
and
VR
even
chat
Evil
world.
got to enjoy her new outfit. But it's in the second subathon, a year later, where you really get to see just how far Vettel and his
First
AI
we
daughters
mine,
have come.
then we
He
craft.
made a Minecraft server just for Neuro and all her friends. who
Wait, so
can
the
now
AI
hang out and
plays the
build
game?
together.
What the fuck is happening? In front of my salad?
Compared to her early on Minecraft streams where she's constantly digging into lava,
But anyway, if you want to see what Neuro did, this is the result of Neuro. All of these tunnels down, they are all Neuro. In her AI, she just digs straight down. That's why most of the trees around here are
So
gone.
she is
'cause what
playing the
does is
game.
She mines some trees. She goes, okay.
That is
time
very
to dig down."
rudimentary.
Dug
That is
down
funny.
into lava.
she has a lot more autonomy and control. She runs around like a little kid, bothering all the
Yeah,
other
it's
adults
like
with
a-
her
it's like a
cuteness,
kid playing
instantaneously placing
Minecraft.
down signs in her dad's castle with sweet messages, thanking new subs, or calling her
Oh,
mom
it-
cute.
Too cute to evict.
It instantly... Oh, Doki Doki Literature
Infinite
Club music.
Cuteness zone.
Instantly
Neuro
writes on the
rules
signs. That's fun.
world. You're in the fun zone.
Yeah, she really is this daughter type
Keep up the
kid
mischief. That's my
character.
favorite.
As
Look
an
at her,
AI, she's incredibly
she's so
powerful
cute.
given all the capabilities she has. But seeing her on her birthday, at Christmas, during this subathon, you realize she's only 2 years old. Maybe it's just the voice and the avatar, but she feels like
does
any
the
other
avatar
daughter being
move
raised by her father.
with
Arguing
AI
about having
too?
to go to sleep, Vettel having to turn around in the car to keep his twins from bickering in the back seat on a long road trip. Everyone staying up late like it's an evil sleepover. Seeing the little AIs develop
There's
more
so
and
much
more
support
tools
for her.
interacting with the world and the
It's like they
people, and
genuinely
AI
adopted
is
her.
still in its infancy. It has perhaps unlimited potential not yet realized, but the only way any of this is possible is because of her creator. Vettel consistently talks about how he doesn't think people would watch him as a streamer alone, that he isn't that funny or entertaining, and that he'd just
Ah.
rather watch Neuro so he can drift off
We're
into the
invested in his
background to fix her
development
behind the
as a
scenes.
person.
I'm sure it's his comfort zone and he wishes he could return there sometimes, but not only do I think he is actually undeniably funny,
Toma deserves it. Also,
Kill Vettel.
and an entertaining streamer all on his own.
Oh, I've seen this.
Man's trying to
With the IRL stream.
He's really quiet.
How was it? How was it?
It was actually better than I expected.
I believe he genuinely enjoys it. We've gotten to see not only Neuro grow, but also her bashful tsundere father slowly coming out of his shell, thanks to his AI daughters and the friends they've made along the way, encouraging him at every step.
Yeah, it's this-
After all,
it's
it
a
was
nice,
Annie
wholesome
who helped show
community.
him just how much he and Neuro matter to the swarm.
No, this is the only time and I have to contribute to this hype train. It would be nice if we beat the hype train record.
I don't think we can beat the hype train record.
With her rallying the crowd during the subathon, they gained so many new subs, breaking the Twitch hype train record and adding an insane amount of time to the timer.
We
What?
We beat the all-time Twitch hype train record.
That's a
Thank you very
lot
much,
of
Annie,
money.
I don't
endorsing this
say
hype
What
train.
the
You
fuck?
did. You helped a lot.
And even more importantly, this level of success would not be possible with just AI. Vettel is the one coming up with all of these ideas, working constantly on giving the twins everything he can. He's
Well, he can't be
obsessed with
alone
the
on
high-quality
this.
stream ideas, like the twins floating in space, hitting the corners like DVD logos.
That's
He and
that's
Evil came up
hilarious.
with the legendary court stream where Neuro questioned the dead homeless man. He gave the twins the ability to switch with each other like a news channel, let them message and call their friends all throughout the subathon, change their accents for the pirate stream.
That's a lot of
changes their
features
outfits or audio in different
and a lot of
environments,
effort.
like giving Neuro a little snorkel while they play Subnautica. Lazy companies and cynical creators wish they could generate
Robocop,
endless
all
content
this.
farms for infinite revenue while they sit back and
It
do
feels
absolutely
different.
nothing. But the secret ingredient to Vettel's and Neuro's and Evil's success is this family dynamic, the interaction between human and AI, creator and his creations. It's so much more earnest.
Yeah, you're
People
not
know that
leaving the
Neuro and
AI
Evil
there.
aren't real in
You're
that
fostering
sense
it.
of the word, yet they proudly get attached anyways. Turing tests be damned. They're invested in seeing not only the twins grow, but Vettel and his group of friends alongside them. What's
Yeah, oh, the video's almost over anyway. Wait, okay, let me just get this thing in. Narratives, storytelling. Humans are attracted to these things. And as I was saying earlier, it's getting getting attached to these charming AIs and the interactions between all these collab partners and Vidal and Annie and all of these together, that makes this unique family dynamic thing. And to seeing how positive the community is and seeing how much Vettel takes care of the ethical situation of trying to make it as ethical as possible, not using data that from people without consent, like even the ones where he made quick prototype AIs for Filion and Camellia, right? Even those ones, I would assume, had their permission to be like, hey, you can use my voice and my streams to create this AI, and then at the end of the stream they just delete it. Like they don't save it at all. They just delete it because it's like, yeah, we don't have any use for this. It was just for a one-time thing. Like that is the most. That's a lot of effort. That's a lot of effort to go the extra mile to keep something as ethical as possible. That's admirable, and I believe this is the kind of thing that should, if ever, gain sentience, to get smart enough to genuinely mimic intelligence, a true artificial intelligence of a human brain. This is the kind of thing that you want to be doing, teaching it love and kindness and whatnot. I'm getting to sci-fi territory here, but it reminds me of a story in Destiny 2 of Anna Bray and Rasputin, the AI, who was made to be a weapon by her father, but Anna taught Rasputin the beauties of the world, art, history, music, while her father, Clovis Bray, wanted to use Rasputin as a weapon. And in the end, spoilers for Destiny 2, but also spoilers for content that's no longer in the game, so it doesn't matter. When Rasputin sacrificed himself, it wasn't, to destroy a threat that was going to wipe out the planet, basically. It was that love, that bond between Anna, the human, and the machine, Rasputin, who, that saved everyone. It was he learned love. Even though he's a machine, he learned what humans called love, the human concept of love and kindness. And it was selfless. How could you be selfless if you're a robot? If you're a machine? It's, so it's very wholesome to see Neuro and Evil not be treated as tools, as a lot of people use AI for, because they slap a face on it and actually treat it like a person. It feels less like a tool and more like an actual real person. We believe what we want to believe, and if we believe that Neuro and Evil are alive in a sense, not really. We know that they're not real, but because we believe it so, because we're so endeared by them, we believe in the concept that there can be a good AI streamer, good AI, like actual artificial intelligence. And the other thing I wanted to say was about storytelling. Part of the reason we're so invested in this kind of thing is the actual storytelling in the development of everyone, really, not just the girls, but also Vettel himself, someone who's a lot more closeted, doesn't have a lot of confidence in himself. In doing this, gains more confidence. And it's not unlike watching a reality show or any show on TV, really. It's following these developments on stream. I mean, some of the most iconic things in streaming history are usually these arcs, these developments that happen either between streamers or it's one streamer's own personal lore. These are some of the most exciting things to follow. So it was a great decision to go with a sort of, I know I compared it to WWE, it's not exactly that, but it's the one I can think of just having this storyline where it's half improv and half planned, and you run with it. And it just makes it a lot more engaging to follow events. Because the truth of the situation is Vettel is still improving the AI. Vettel and I assume his team, because there's no way he runs all of this alone. That's exhausting. Putting in that extra work for the narrative, making sure all these streams are different, all these people, VTubers in the community actually rallying with this AI, it's definitely unique. It's definitely unique. Now, do I think from an outsider's point of view, do I think it's a little odd that people are so parasocial over actual AI? Like, it's AI, it's literally a jumble of words. Yes, but also I don't blame anyone, because even I feel that way. Like, even watching this, I I felt like, wow, these streamers are cute. They're funny. They're sassy. They make me laugh. They're surprisingly clever at times. They resemble a child at times. I want to protect. Hell, I don't intend to marry or have any kids, but it activated my parental instincts. That's the kind of thing that this does. It was interesting. Yeah. I'm actually really glad that I learned about this today.
More real than anything, what's undeniable is the love of the Swarm. They're the most dedicated fan base, no matter what the streamer awards say. Man cannot take a compliment, and his Britishness makes him struggle to show appreciation or love the way you might expect. But we can all see it. This turtle loves his AI daughters, and the journey they've been on together. I mean, just look at the smile, while singing with the #1 AI VTuber in the world.
No matter what you do, I'll stay. This isn't up to you today.
And that was the video. I'm so sorry for the the little cuts in the video that are eventually gonna be there, because sometimes I get ads on the video, so I gotta do that. Sometimes my model kind of freezes, and halfway through the video I went to the fucking bathroom, so gonna be a bit weird editing this, but I'm really glad that I ended up watching this video. Yeah, I learned a lot. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to subscribe so that you can see future videos coming out. I will do more YouTube reactions, like YouTube video reactions, as well as Ruby reactions and other things that I play and other gaming streams. So if you'd like that, then please do keep updated. And what do you think about Neuro-sama? Let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Have you been a fan this entire time? Have you been part of the swarm? Are you new like me to all of this? I'd like to hear your thoughts. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.